Well, I'll hold the phone this way as I walk through the woods with Anya, who needs to walk because she's pregnant and she needs more exercise. I don't know who that was driving through our thing. We got this situation here where this alley back here, kind of like you can drive through it, and once in a blue moon you'll see somebody drive through it. And it's you don't understand why. I have a square of hay, and then there's corn that needs to come down, so I guess I'll make one of them October hay and corn decorations. All the corn is dead, winter approaches, I'm a depressing human being. I couldn't believe when I moved here that I was still on the south side of Chicago. And there was this little patch of area that was right by the Calumet River. You know, I could understand if I went south 10 miles. Remember, Anya? I was like, holy, what the fuck, right? Come on. Remember, we were like, what the fuck? Where are we? How much is this place? A whole house? Basement? What the fuck? A river? There's an old fucking... Like, I'm used to Chicago rents being like... And I'm not like living next door to like a 15-story project with like heroin dealers everywhere. Standing outside all day. I couldn't believe it. Remember, Anya? I couldn't believe this shit back here. Then I made this path, which wasn't here, to connect to this other path I found. Because I was just like blindly chopping my way through thick June, July. Yeah, it was like June 15th, and it was like the word would be sweltering. And then I hit this other path, and I'm like, thank God. But everything was about neck high, and I'm 6'4", so everything was neck high. Everything was neck fucking high, and it was very hot, and I had my dog. It's just squirrels on you. And this video is pretty much just taking the walk I would take with my dog every morning. I haven't been out here since my poor doggy left us. I mean, I was out here once, but there's really, you know, you don't have the motivation to go outside when it's 50 degrees or 45 degrees at 9 a.m. and you just woke up and you don't have a dog. You're just not going to do the same things you would do before. Behavior will be different. And I used to ride my four-wheeler and blah, blah, blah. I think on this stone here, I was going to go get my chisel and chisel a, not just some like gay graffiti where it looks like shit. Actually make straight lines like you would see on a tombstone almost. And, you know, write whatever I want. But I would do it, maybe our names, maybe a memorial for my dog, maybe. But that's always just going to make me sad forever. But you can't forget the dead. You must, even when it comes down to a dog, but loved ones. And then it opens up and the canopy's gone. It's too beautiful. When I first moved here, I'm so used to, like I was saying, ghetto and like, even the white parts of Chicago. If you want to live in a really nice neighborhood, you gotta buy a house that's $250,000 or $175,000, and it's gonna be the smallest house in the neighborhood at that price. Or if you want to rent in those neighborhoods, like on the busy streets, not in the actual, like, we have squares. I'm sure it's like that in other cities. In Chicago, it's just 8 blocks by 8 blocks. Imagine an 8x8 square. The corners will have a gas station sometimes, depending on how far out they are or how populated or the need. And there will be apartments on the periphery of the 8x8. Within the 8x8 will just be blocks and blocks of houses. It's mundane. It's depressing. It's almost worse than the fucking cul-de-sacs. Because at least the cul-de-sacs and the winding roads aren't just like straight grid work. And here's this thing I haven't fucked with in so long. It's looking kind of raggedy. I would fuck around with this and let my dog play, and then I made this drainage thing, and I didn't know what to do because I had to get all the water. See, it just settles up here. And I didn't even finish that. The fire pit's like, that thing is sunk into the ground. It's kind of crazy. We've had a lot of rain. You can see. Here comes a big barge or something. But yeah, there's this. And Anya's probably just over there sad about our best friend. We've had that dog 9 years. That was a kid. That was like a child to me. Here's my stairs that haven't held up too well, although I didn't try. Is this like the water, guys? Yeah, I think that's the water people. They come back here and they see shit and then they want to come destroy it, like this deck thing I'm standing on. They're like, no, dude, you can't just be making stuff nice. It's got to be all weeds, and I'm not sure if that's them though. Here comes their wake. Look at that. This tree just fell. All those rocks, the water level's pretty low. I made these stairs here because Anya was pregnant and I wanted it to be very safe for her to walk down. And now there's this guy I want to fight. I don't know though. I don't think I want to fight anybody unless it's in the octagon. Nobody wants to meet me in the octagon. They just want to talk shit online. This fucking clown. And it's another one of these people that, of course, was abused as a child. So now they can't act like a man. So this cross-eyed man, and it's not his fault he's cross-eyed, but it is his fault that he was abused and he chooses to be to be an ugly person. Instead of maybe, I'm telling you right now, if I was abused as a child, my job would be to go out and help other abuse victims. But a lot of times we don't see that with abused people. A lot of times they actually become the abuser. In this case, I'm not saying that. In this case, I'm just saying that we have a very ugly person that found out my dog had passed away. I told him in a comment, and I told him, you know, man, my dog passed away, and I don't even really want to talk shit online, but all these people are saying you're in this video, and it's, you know, I've never even seen it, and, you know, I don't even know what I said. Something like that. Something really normal. Can't remember verbatim, but it was basically that. And he goes on a 20-minute tirade saying that he wants a bear to fuck my dog to death, and now I'm like dealing with him bringing my name up again and again, and people coming and telling me, hey, this guy fucking said another thing about you. And it's to the point where it's like, hey, buddy, this is all. Do you want to, like, set up some kind of fight where you could wear a head guard and I don't? Or, you know, do you want to fight me? Because that's what it sounds like. I don't speak that way unless I want to fight somebody. You know how many men in Chicago have gotten on Facebook or YouTube and made disrespecting another man and been murdered? I don't do that shit. Because I've known people that have actually gotten murdered, but I've known more people that have gotten beat bad. And even before the internet, somebody would say something to, like, somebody, and that person would go and say, hey, man, that dude's talking shit. And you'd be like, oh, yeah, okay. In Chicago, there's two types of people here. People that talk shit and don't realize what they're saying and what they're getting themselves into. And people that hear about somebody talking shit about them and lose their mind. And there's a full spectrum in between that. But that's like the extreme. The guy who talks shit and doesn't want to back it up and doesn't think he'll have to for some reason. He thinks he could just talk anyway. Then there's the opposite side of the man who hears somebody talking shit. And it might be innocuous or not that bad, but the slight or his name being said will not be tolerated. Me, I think I fall somewhere in there. Like, I'm looking at this guy and I'm like, he's cross-eyed, he's 5'10", he's out of shape, he's telling me, saying things about me like I'm just that guy that's on the wall and nobody pays attention to. Bro, I wish. All my life I've been that guy that all the eyes go to. Not because I'm saying I'm like good looking or anything like that, or was at any point. Normal. I just strive to be normal because I want to fit in. But I've always been the only white kid growing up. And then even around white people, I'm 6'4", blonde. You know, most people have brown hair. You know, I'm always fucking standing out. I'm never that guy who just gets to fucking mind his own business. So I have to adapt, and, you know, I can't just be quiet. I have to say, hey, what's up? Because people are looking at me like, who's this big giant guy? Who's this big lanky son of a bitch over here? I used to be lanky. I used to be 185. Now I'm like 245. I lost 15 pounds, 20 pounds. When I was like 23, I guess. Since then, it's just been all fat boy shit. But at 6'4", you can't get fat. You only get big. If I got fat, it would be. Was I ever fat, Anya? At 265? Just handsome. That's a nice answer. Now ask me if you were ever fat. No, you were never fat. Okay. No, it's not a lie. But yeah, man. What do you do? Well, I know what we would do in Chicago, or probably 95 to 100% of people would do. If this person lived in the town, I'd say, I'm gonna beat his ass. I'm gonna beat his ass and let the chips fall where they fall. Or I'm gonna go confront him. And I probably wouldn't be able to just confront him like I normally would a person and allow them to be like, no, bro, it wasn't even like that. I apologize. And in your face, people's whole attitude changes. It's so crazy. But I probably wouldn't even be able to pull up. If he even went that way, which he wouldn't. I think he would have to go straight into fight or flight. And, you know, we'd see what he was made of. But I guarantee if he hit me, if he even connected, I would just punch through him. I would run through him. There'd be no stopping me, the amount of rage. So I try to stay away from those people. I'm at peace with my world and everything that's happening and shit. That's why I'm not going to go online. Because this same person talked about something that mattered to me dying and made fun of it. But the same person cried about somebody else saying, oh, your mom's dead, ha ha ha, making fun of him. So for you to have that happen to you and then do the same thing, I think this is the problem. I know I'm jumping all over. The problem is, I think in this day and age, people get to run their mouth and get away with it online. Not here in this city. People pay dearly for what they say online. But we're talking about big distances between people. Especially people who live in Florida. I'm pretty sure most of Florida, except for like smaller ghettos that we would call like suburbs here. Like we have suburbs bigger than their ghetto. That are ghetto as fuck here. We have suburbs that are giant ghetto cities. They're horrible. And they're all Gary, Indiana type shit. A little better. I think police saving people or men getting beat up and being able to press charges at such a, you know, so efficiently where the police just go grab the guy and it's his word versus his word. And I've known people who have done 2 years. I've known people who have done 5 years. Excuse me, I got a little cold. I know people who have done all these years for aggravated battery. And that's why I say, let's go to the octagon. I can't even say it like one of those crazy guys. I'm not even mad enough. But nobody wants to meet me in the fucking octagon. I wouldn't even train. I would cave dude's chest in. I already know it. But it's just sad that somebody would come at me like that. It's sad. It talks more about the person. So I went on Unbleached last night, and I talked shit about him, and, you know, just normal shit, though. I'm not really even talking shit. In a way, I feel bad for a man who talks like that. That shows there's something really hurt. You're really hurt. You must be really, really hurt on the inside for you to talk about someone who's just lost something that meant something to them, especially a person or a pet, and especially a dog. Dog and people are like the closest two things to human beings. It shows that he was abused and hasn't got over it, or he was that guy who never got the girl and always sat around kind of like catty, talking shit about the guy who did get the girl. Or, you know, he probably talked shit about people that he just assumed had like a great life, or everything was so easy for because they were taller and better looking and more people thought they were funny and more people wanted to be around them. But he never thought, oh, you know what, those people probably have problems too. It's just selfishness. It's me, me, me. Poor me, I got hurt and abused and I can't, you know, work through my problems. Poor me. Pay attention to me. And then he's like telling me I'm just mad because people don't pay attention to me. Does this look like the type of YouTube channel where I'm going out thirsting for fucking attention? If that were the case, I might comb my hair. I might shave my face. I don't know. I might invest in something that would lead to a better channel. It's just a hobby. Making videos is a hobby. If you enjoy it, do it. If you don't, don't. I pretty much stayed away from freaks like this and only, you know, attracted what I thought were good stand-up men. That's what I want to attract, right? Good stand-up men. Cowards, I can't do anything with you. And I only know this guy through Owen Benjamin because in the beginning, Owen Benjamin played the part of a good stand-up, you know, semi-conservative like myself, semi. You know, we're all complicated people on the conservative scale. You know, I don't hate anybody for their race. I don't hate anybody for any of that shit. Or religion, for that matter. I feel bad for people. When somebody says, oh, I'm a Satanist, I'm like, oh, I hate you. I'm like, damn. That means you had parents that might have been, and they might have really fucked you up in the head. Just like Mersh. Not saying he's a Satanist or anything like that, but just saying he's really fucked up in the head. That's why he is the way he is. I don't hate him, because he's obviously in a bad place. And he'll never be happy. He doesn't look like he'll ever be happy. These are the type of people that are only happy if everybody's like worshiping them like Owen Benjamin. And I thought Owen was good. Then I found out, no, this dude's a total liar. He used to be like pro-abortion, pro-this, you know, voted for Obama and Hillary, hated Trump, which I don't give a fuck about Trump at all anymore. And then we see, okay, this guy just lies about anything that'll bring him attention. Then Mersh comes into the picture because Mersh is calling out somebody like that. I'm like, I like people who call out liars. Okay, maybe this guy's all right. I'll watch him a little bit. It got too boring. Anya was like, this dude's not right, dude. You could tell what type of guy this is, can't you? I'm like, you're right. You're right, man. I just really don't care. And to tell me I don't get attention, I don't have charisma, that's very strange. You know, that's not how we evaluate other men, on their charisma. We evaluate other men on whether they're men or not. I don't know about this alpha, beta, gamma bullshit, because everybody's complicated. Like I said, it's either you're a stand-up man who stands on your shit, or you're a fucking bitch. That's it, that's all. Man or not, and Mersh is not. Mersh is not. And I only talked to him because I thought he was calling out other men for not being stand-up dudes. And what a sad world we live in, where men won't fight, or men pick fights, then get their ass handed to them. 911, yeah, I just got beat up, I just wanted to report it. What happened? Well, this guy beat me up. Oh, okay, they write the report. He never mentions, oh yeah, I told him his mother sucks my dick. You know, like, if Mersh beat me up somehow, like caught me like drunk, because that's the only way, like caught me like passed out on a bar, and I went on fucking YouTube right here and I was like, yeah, fuck you, Mersh, your dead mom sucks my dick after I fucked her in the ass. And then she doesn't brush her teeth. How you like that one? How about we exhume her body so I can fuck her in the ass and make her suck my dick and then throw her back? You know, them are fucking fighting words. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying that's on par. I don't talk like that. There's no need to. There's no need to. What? Cause you sunk to that level, I'm gonna sink to that level, bro. I don't need to. but I will fight you in the octagon. Your one boy keeps coming around saying, mersh, Royce, they have MMA, they train in MMA or some shit. Hey, bro, we could do that. I don't want you calling the police on me like you're calling the police on Alan Powell. Alan Powell just probably spazzed out and said, yeah, I hope. Yeah, he was probably just joking, and he got the reaction he wanted. I don't know Alan Powell that well, but from what I've seen, he seems like a... I could be wrong, Alan, but I think, Alan, you're good people. I think you're just another guy living in this fucked up world, and you see mersh, and you see a bitch. And he said something like, I hope fucking his ex-girlfriend or his girlfriend dies. Now, Alan, you went a little hard, I must say. But for mersh to get on and... That's the one comment where somebody actually said something, and it was on my video. It's on the video I made where I was videotaping myself on Bleach. What? He was being sarcastic, like, yeah, he's talking about your dead dog. How would he like it if I said, oh, everybody, I hope everybody dies. So then mersh uses that and says, look, everybody, this guy's saying he wished everybody died. Nah, man, I don't even think he meant it that way. I think it was, but either way, Alan, you know these people are going to do that. You know they're going to fucking take it out of context. And honestly, mersh didn't take it out of context. He just read it, I think. But you got to watch what you say. And if you meant it, that's crazy. And I don't think you did. I don't think he meant he wants everybody in your family to die. But for him to take the one comment somebody showed him and say, now I got to get the police involved, shows you what I'm talking about. Everything I've been talking about the police making men pussies because they could call the fucking... It used to be nobody was coming to save you. Nobody was coming to save you except you and your people. Now they got a gang of police with guns that'll rush over there with very efficient fucking response times, except on the south side. But if you're on the north side of Chicago or wherever suburb they live in some suburb of Tampa probably or something, I'm sure the police will be there in 3 seconds. Oh, this guy's trying to beat me up, he's outside my house. The police would be there in 3 seconds. So now men don't even have to like fight for 2 minutes till the police get there. They're getting saved mid-fight, before the fight even fucking kicks off. So it's changing us. Online is changing a lot of men. And there's probably more men being abused than ever because of the acceptance of homosexuality and these things. Right. Right. So mersh goes on and says, can you believe this guy Alan Powell said that about my fucking da-da-da? Because, you know, mersh is like, oh, I could make this look, or I could say this is a threat, because it is kind of like, it wasn't a threat though, he's like hoping people would die. Yeah, so he's hoping people die, he didn't even threaten you. What are the police gonna do with that? You fucking loser. Men don't call the police unless it is 100% necessary. Somebody's beating up an old lady. You know what I mean? Somebody's gonna go kill somebody. Somebody shot somebody. Something like that, right? Murder, home invasion, burglary, coward shit. When you break into somebody's house with 3 people and guns on one dude. Yeah, if I saw 3 people go in my neighbor's house, I'd call the police. But if it's a one-on-one disagreement, this is what you do. Fuck what you would call the police. There's millions of things. What you don't call the police for, if you're a man, is a one-on-one between 2 men disagreement. One guy has a problem with another guy has a problem with another. That is not a police fucking situation. Unless it's going to turn into murder. Which it sometimes does. But you got to fight it out, man. You got to get your ass beat. Lord knows I've got my ass beat. I've got my ass beat. Everybody. Nobody wins them all. Mersh, you look like you got beat up and your eye went limp. Honestly. Hey, Mersh, maybe I punch you in the head and your eye straightens out. Hey, you just fucking solved the big issue in your life. Every woman you meet for the rest of your life and before today has looked at that eye and was like, I'm not dating the cross-eyed dude. Nah. Nah. So, anyway, I've said enough. I talk my shit. Oh, and one more thing. He imagined a big story. I'm gonna record what I said on that guy Matt's on Bleach show. But he invented a whole story Like, if you were to write a story between you arguing with another man, and you wrote it down word for word to make it look like the perfect scenario for your mental, your ego, that's what he did. He lied about the whole story to make his ego feel better and to make him seem like the victim after people were like, damn, dude, you're kind of a fucking creep for saying you're going to kill a guy's dog who just passed away. So, he had to invent this story. So, I don't know, man. You want to meet in the octagon, we could do it. I don't want any money. I just want to meet you, go in the octagon, fair rules. We don't have to kick. We could box it out for 3 3-minute rounds or 2 to 4 minute rounds. 3 5-minute rounds is fine with me. And if you win, you win. Hey, if you lose, you lose. But I think you have a lot of anger you want to get out. Maybe you want to get it out on me like a man instead of just running your mouth online about, loved ones and situations that you cry about that happened to you. And then you do the same thing. Maybe you want to get all the rage out and all the hurt and pretend I'm the, I didn't hurt you. Maybe you want to pretend I'm the guy who did hurt you. You know how people, when you see movies, will be like, trying to get a guy mad to fight. Envision the person you hate the most. Hey, bro, I'm here for you. I'll let you, go ahead and envision me as the guy you hate the most. The guy who hurt you and made you into this shell of a man we now see. And I don't need any motivation. You've already given me plenty. But I wouldn't put my hands on you in real life because I know you call the police. I got a kid on the way. I got a river. I got a river to chill by. I'm not gonna fucking put my hands on you and you call the police right away. Now I gotta go to Cook County Jail. Now I have been to Cook County Jail before. I could deal with it. But I don't want to be away from my family. It's not the jail. Actually, in jail, I'll start working out. Be good for my health. They cut smoking out. I won't even smoke. Can't smoke weed, really. I mean, it's expensive. You're not going to be able to smoke weed like more than once every week at the most. If you're lucky and you're like cellies with the fucking next door to the guy who's got the shit. Point is, it's about being away from family. It's about being responsible for family. If I was a single man and I saw you walking down the street, I'd punch you in the throat. It might kill you, so I'd punch you in the nose. So it is what it is, man. You want to keep on living like a bitch your whole life? That's on you, buddy. But girls, people in general, they see through the shell, bro. They see through your front, bro. You're not fooling anybody, bro. Talking about I don't have charisma. You're gay. You're very gay. You're like a woman. But that would be talking shit about women. And most women are really, so a lot of women are cool. If you're not a little fucking dwarf fucking manipulator. If you come at women like me and off top they know, I have a wife, then they're like, okay, that's a respectable guy. I'll be my normal self. But if you come at them on that creepy shit and you're cross-eyed, of course women are going to seem like weird to you. Because you only attract weird people. But, hey man, octagon, I'm all for it. I'll come on down to Jacksonville. We could do it there. You ain't even got to drive far. And then he wants to talk shit. One more thing. He wants to talk shit about my house. I live in a house. On a river. Just showed it. I'm not rich. But what I got is, I know who I am. And I know I'm a good person and I'm not a liar. So, you live in your friend's house in a spare room where you guys do your little show. You're so... I don't care if he has a car. See, the reason why she's saying that is because he's like, oh, I'm David Walsh, I drive around in my Kia. No, dude, I have a brand new Honda Odyssey. With leather, with a fucking DVD player. Who cares? Cars are not what makes the man. We're all struggling as men. What I used my Honda when I first got it was to help the homeless. I filled it up with all this surplus stuff because I knew a manager at a store. Food, candles, blankets, coats. That's what I was using it for on my spare time. Because it had the fold-down back seat that just fits into the floor. That's why I liked it, but I digress. Everybody, God bless. Let me know what you think in the comments.